Hello, my name is Leo Carson. I'm a second year political science student at Commonwealth University Bloomsburg. Today, I will be discussing the war between Israel and Hamas, focusing on ceasefire agreements and their global effect. This war has been going on for over 2 years now. Hamas originally attacked Israel on October 7, 2023. In turn, Israel launched a large-scale attack on Gaza 2 days later. On October 13th, 2023, Israel began telling civilians to move south of Gaza City, beginning the uprooting of nearly the entire Gaza Strip. Since then, the situation has only gotten harsher towards Palestinians. Israel has continuously cut off humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip. There have also been countless failed attempts at securing a ceasefire agreement. In January 2025, there was a ceasefire and hostage swap agreement between Israel and Hamas. However, sporadic clashes have continued since then, and a full ceasefire is yet to be reached. This war has been between Hamas, a terrorist organization located in the Gaza Strip, and Israel, though many civilians have been harmed by this conflict. Over 35,000 Palestinians have been killed, and thousands have been displaced from their homes. As mentioned earlier, Israel has been blocking humanitarian aid trucks, leaving Palestinians to face food, water, and medical shortages. So while many Palestinians are dying directly from war conflicts, countless are dying from starvation and thirst as well. The Gaza Strip has also been destroyed and effectively leveled. Massive amounts of rebuilding will need to be done in the area, which will cost billions of dollars. This war has had a profound impact on the Middle East as a whole. Lebanon has been dealing with high border tensions ever since the conflict began. Egypt has become a key mediator in the conflict and is attempting to stabilize the Gaza border to prevent refugee spillover. Iran has been using proxy groups to influence the conflict to reflect their own political wants, which influence regional stability. Jordan is also concerned about the conflict spreading from just the West Bank and impacting its domestic politics. Overall, a truce reduces short-term escalation, but long-term stability in the region is still uncertain. There have also been many impacts on the global stage because of this war and the ceasefire. For example, since the ceasefire, oil prices have fallen. Since the de-escalation of the conflict, there are fewer fears of supply disruption, which have allowed for these prices to decrease. Since the ceasefire, investors have returned to the regional markets in the Middle East. There is less pressure on the ports in the Red Sea, which has eased the cost of global trade from the area as well. The global community will need to be involved in the reconstruction of Gaza. Specifically, the World Health Organization has called for $3 billion in the first year to help rebuild Gaza's healthcare system. It is still visible that this peace is fragile, but diplomacy does still matter. Hopefully, this conflict will boost border peace initiatives worldwide. Major powers have been involved in trying to mediate this conflict, though. The United States, allied with Israel, has been trying to push Israel towards a truce and to agree to a ceasefire. Qatar and Egypt have also been attempting to negotiate between Israel and Hamas to reach an agreement. The European Union and the United Nations have also been highly involved in this conflict. Both of these organizations have urged for a peace agreement and for the aid flow to be maintained. Finally, the Arab League is also seeking a long-term solution to preserve regional stability. That being said, external forces cannot stop a war without becoming involved themselves, which none have been willing to do aside from sending funding and aid. As mentioned earlier, over 35,000 innocent Palestinians have lost their lives because of this conflict, many of whom have been children. This fact raises concerns about war crimes. There have been accusations made that Israel and Hamas have been using excessive amounts of force against civilians. This is not allowed according to international law. However, it is unclear exactly how action can be taken against those who break international law. The United Nations International Criminal Court does have an ongoing investigation into the case, though. It is just being debated how to seek justice and hold these powers accountable for their actions. Overall, this conflict has revealed the limits of global governance in dealing with modern wars. Despite UN resolutions, intensive diplomacy, and widespread international attention, major powers have struggled to enforce a stable ceasefire or protect civilians. The Gaza war illustrates how conflict can quickly spread across borders, disrupt global markets, and strain international institutions. Yet, it also shows that diplomacy, despite imperfection, still matters. The world now faces a choice: either allow this fragile peace to collapse, or use the momentum of the ceasefire to push for long term stability, reconstruction, and meaningful accountability. The outcome will shape not only the region but the global security for years to come.